Bright sunshine and a gentle breeze greet us, and it's a lovely day for the semi-finals of the BCA 2020 Cup as the knockout stage of the competition continues, and our coverage on the Nation News Network comes from Darrell's Road, where it's Carlton versus IGS Insurance Brokers Yorkshire. This is a close-up look at the pitch for the contest, and it looks typically hard, true, and full of runs, so let's hope the players can make the most of it. The two captains, Akeem Nero of Yorkshire and Matthew Jones of Carlton, were joined by match referee Leslie Reefer Sr. for the toss, which was won by Yorkshire, and they chose to field. To the action now, Romario Paris opened the bowling for Yorkshire, and Aniko Boucher is one of the openers for Carlton, and we have our first boundary of the match, a lovely shot from Boucher. This is the third over, Paris to Boucher again, and we have the first six of the match. A confident hook from the Carlton opener sails over the fence. Over number 5, Jamar Lane bowling to Rashawn Worrell, and the left-handed Carlton opener, not to be outdone by his partner, gets his first boundary. Next over, Timothy Ligor bowling to Worrell, and the Carlton left-hander too gets an early maximum. Lane bowling to Boucher. The Carlton wicketkeeper tries to go inside out over the offside and skies the ball into the covers, but two fielders collide. A scary moment there for Adrian Connell and Ravi Prasad. Thankfully, it was not as serious as it first appeared. 2 overs later now, Lane bowls to Boucher, and Carlton lose their first wicket. Boucher going, caught an extra cover from this stroke for 32. Carlton 64 for 1 in the 8th over. Next over, Indore Prasad to the new batsman Kurt Gibson. The bearded left-hander is making a return to the field of play this year. Prasad to Worrell. In contrast, the Carlton left-handed opener has been in the pink of form this season, and he does it easy as you like it for another maximum. Next over, it's Ravi Prasad, Indal's brother, bowling to Gibson, and Carlton suffer another setback. The veteran left-hander is caught in the deep for 16. Carlton are exactly 100 for 2 in the 13th over. Next over, Indal Prasad again to Worrell, and it's a firm push into the offside for a single for the Carlton lefty, and that brings up his 50, his 5th of the season, and it's another very important knock from him. 2 overs later, Nero bowling to Worrell. The Carlton left-handed opener is now fully wound up, and he clears the fence for another maximum. Next over, Ravi Prasad to Naeem Young. Wrong line, and the former West Indies and the 19 all-rounder helps himself to a maximum. Same over, Prasad to Young again. This time, he gives this delivery the full treatment. Same over, an expensive over from Prasad. He gets the last laugh. Young miscues, and Lamar Worrell runs around the boundary and takes an easy catch. Young goes for 23, and Carlton are 141 for 3 after 17 overs. 18th over, Paris is back and bowls to Shamar Springer. The Carlton all-rounder tries to clear the leg side, but finds the fielder, and he departs, caught by Prasad for 1. It's 147 for 5. Penultimate over now, Ravi Prasad to Matthew Jones, and the Carlton captain shows his hitting power, getting his late maximum to keep his innings going. Next ball, however, Jones goes for another biggie. He miscues, and the bowler runs around to take the catch off his own bowling. Jones gone for 9. A few more late blows, and Carlton finish on 172 for 5 from their 20 overs. Time for the Yorkshire reply now. The players take the field, with Nero and Lamar Worrell opening the batting for the men in black. Second ball, David Branker to Worrell, and it's a good clean hit from the Yorkshire opener, going over the leg side for the first 6 of the innings. Yorkshire are underway. Second over, Daniel Babb bowling to Nero, and the left arm spinner draws first blood for Carlton. The Yorkshire captain is out LBW for a second ball up. Yorkshire are 18 for 1. A very good crowd on hand to watch the match, lining the western boundary and looking forward to the rest of the day's action. Third over, Zidane Clark bowling to Jamar Lane. What a shot! That's out of here for a maximum. Yorkshire have the bit between their teeth and the early momentum. Same over, Clark to Lane again. Oh my word! Glorious shot! Perhaps the shot of the day. Easy and silky smooth. That's 4 for Lane. Next over, Bab bowling to Worrell, and he's bowled. The Yorkshire opener looked in control until now. Bab strikes again for Carlton, and Worrell goes for 28. Yorkshire are 51 for 2 in the fourth over. Next ball, Indar Prasad facing up to Bab now. Another spot on delivery from the Carlton left arm spinner. That's 2 wickets in 2 balls. Prasad bowled for a first ball duck. Yorkshire 51 for 3. 4 overs later, Bab bowling to Lane now. A crisp shot, but straight to the field in the deep, and Lane is out. Caught Clark for 24, and Yorkshire are 68 for 4 in the 8th over. Next over, Naim Young to Adriel Connell. He tries to go long, but instead the ball goes high, and Yorkshire lose their 5th wicket. Connell caught by Gibson for 1. It's 69 for 5 in the 9th over. 3 overs later, Carlton captain Matthew Jones to Ravi Prasad. A rare sighting of a maximum in the Yorkshire innings. Next over, Young bowling to Prasad, and the Yorkshire all-rounder trying to fight fire with fire. He's got 100 already this season. Can he turn his side's fortunes around? Next over, Rashawn Worrell to Prasad now. Prasad goes for the big hit and miscues. The ball hangs in the air, but the veteran Carlo Morris settles under it and takes the catch. Prasad out for 27, and perhaps Yorkshire's chances go with him. They are 107 for 6 in the 14th over. 2 balls later, Worrell bowling to Jamal Smith. The former Combined Cabs is the college's captain, tries to free the shackles and is caught in the deep. He goes for 13. It's 107 for 7. 3 overs later, Zidane Clark back and bowling to Rashad Haynes. He promised much with a couple of crisp strokes, but Haynes skies the deep mid-wicket, and Shamar Springer holds an easy catch. Haynes gone for 10, 123 for 8 in the 17th over. 18th over now. Worrell to Tariq Hoyt. The Yorkshire batsman tries to go down all guns blazing, but the delivery is unerring, and that's about all they wrote. Yorkshire finish on 142 for 9. Carlton win by 30 runs. They advance to the final. Let's hear from their coach, Kishmar Catlin.
Congratulations, you're into the final. A lot of hard work, I'm sure, went into getting to this point. Talk us through today's semi-final.
Thank you very much, Woody. Today's semi-finals, as I always tell my guys, I believe that semi-finals are the hardest games that you will actually play in the competition, because the hardest thing to get to is the final. We had our game plan to go into the game at this ground here and actually try to score in the range of 180 to 220. We had a brilliant start with Rashawn Worrell and the Nico Boucher, who have been batting extremely well for us this entire season. We were 52 without loss in 4 overs. However, we started to get some dot balls coming down after the first ball play that really slowed down things for us. However, we're still contented 51-72. It was a fighting total, and I always knew once we could have dismissed the dangerous Ravi from Yorkshire, Jamar Lane, and the dangerous Worrell at the top, you're in for a very good chance.
What has been responsible for your success this season? You only lost one game through the preliminaries. You've won the quarterfinal. Now you won the semi-final. What's been responsible for the consistency?
Hard work, and as I said on a different show, I'm very blessed to have this very good group of youngsters. They're very hardworking, buddy. And at any level, especially at club level, you're faced with a lot of obstacles. These young men, they always look for solutions, and they have a very good team vibe. Where one guy is actually falling down, it's a very good team morale that we have going on amongst the group. So a guy is always here to pick up one another. Additionally, I have received tremendous support from Aikens Clark, the president of Carlton Great Club, O'Brien, the vice president, Henry Brooms, the national selector. He's always there to give me a listening ear. Even Shirley Clark, who's over on national duty with Rainbow Islands, Volcanoes, Calmeres, always checks in. So it's a very good team environment, So I'm not doing it alone. Being Cool Simmons, Chris King. So you have a good group of persons that actually have the club at heart, that always checks in, and we actually come up with brilliant ideas. Additionally, we'd like to thank Darryl, the manager, right? And the skip works very well with us at Bridgman. So there's a whole group of players, Carlton people that have the club at heart, and we just gel really well together and just show it out here.
Well, the big question is, can you do it this time? Can Carlton do it this time? I suspect you'll be up against UEA. How do you see your chances in the final?
Oh, I'm going to win. I don't play cricket with a negative mindset. We'll be looking to defeat the UV Blackbirds. We just have to go through our paces again, plan accordingly. Additionally, I would also like to thank Frank Kitty Groundsman. He's the most important man in this whole program, so I must apologize for forgetting his name earlier. He has been very integral in the guys' success. He was actually checking in. There's a trial game playing at Carlton there, and he was calling every 45 minutes, checking in with Kathleen. Kathleen was the scorer. The guys got to do this and that. But going into UV, I know how some of the players play, having been with UV, having been my
alma mater. That's your home.
Right. So. Having been my alma mater, I have a good idea of how some of the guys actually played, but there's a matter of planning accordingly, and specifically for the day in question, because we still have to wait and see where we're actually playing at, right? So that will also come into play based on the types of surfaces that you may actually get.
You will find out soon enough where the final will be played, but Carlton reached the final of the BCA T20 Cup after a solid all-round show from Rashawn Worrell and destructive bowling from Daniel Babb propelled them to a 30-run win over IGS Insurance Brokers Yorkshire. Left-arm spinner Babb opened the bowling and grabbed 4 for 24 from his allotted 4 overs and undermined the top half of the Yorkshire batting in their pursuit of 173 for victory. Worrell supported with 3 for 20 from 4 overs and pulled the rug from under the bottom half of the Yorkshire batting, with Ravindra Prasad and Jamal Smith threatening to stage a fight back in a 6-wicket stand of 38. Earlier, left-handed opener Worrell carried his bat for the highest of his 5 half-centuries in the tournament this year. He sheared 64 for the first wicket with Nico Boucher that set the foundation for the innings and anchored Carlton to 172 for 5 from their 20 overs after they were put in to bat. In the other semi-final, Wildy benefited from 24 penalty runs because UEA maintained a slow over rate, but their final total of 144 for 9 proved inadequate after they won the toss and chose to bat. Ray Matthews is the top scorer with 40 off 32 balls, including 2 4s and 3 6s, batting at number 7, but there was little substance and no stability from the rest of the batting. Off-spinner Romario Graves and pacer Jediah Blades took 3 wickets apiece to undermine the Wildy batting. UEA got a strong start of 77 from Johan Jeremiah and Zachary McCaskey, and they comfortably chased down their target. So after 96 matches in a little under 2 months, we have come down to the final 2. The 2 group winners, Sagicor Life UEA and Carlton, have given firm proof of their staying power to reach the final of the BCA T20 Cup. They'll meet at 2 p.m. on Saturday, June 11th at the North Star Social and Cultural Club in Crab Hill, St. Lucie to decide who will be the new champions. For UEA, it's their 7th time in the final and they're hunting their 6th T20 Cup title. For Carlton, they've appeared in the T20 Cup final 3 times before, and each time they've gone home empty-handed, so they will be hoping to end that barren run. As we wrap up this edition of our roundup of the BCA T20 Cup, a reminder to buy your copy of the Sunday Sun for reports and scores of the matches, and continue to follow the progress of the competition on our website, nationnews.com, and all Nation News social media channels. I'm Adriel Woody Richard.